पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसादि गौर भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे, हरे कृष्ण. We have Prabhupada quotes. One can understand the Supreme Personality as he is only by devotional service, and when he is in full consciousness of the Supreme Lord by such devotion, he can enter into the kingdom of God. Bhagavad Gita, chapter 18, text 55. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, we have Sadhak Seva announcement text. Sadhak Seva means practical Seva opportunities to help each other in different situations like job search, business referral, house search, finding loans officers, taxes help, legal help, health-related help, matrimony-related, and many other types of help. Sadhak Seva means to not only help in motivating others for japa, but to also help in other practical ways. Presently, please share your name and number to our Everyday Chan Harinam Japa WhatsApp group, or email to everydaychan@gmail.com. Thanks. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Namah Sarvevya Sishwagatam Bhaktaganam कृपया तवनामेवं वासनगरे नाम वदतु.
Hare Krishna, Sumati Mataji, Madhavan Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Thank you so much for greeting. My Dharat Pranam to you. Shri Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. धन्यवाद Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Would anybody else like to announce their names?
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all devotees. This is Malini from Ashburn, Virginia. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. धन्यवाद Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Would anybody else like to announce their names?
Hare Krishna, Sumati Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. My humble obeisances to all the assembled devotees on this call. This is Premanandini Devidasi from Ashburn, Virginia.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. धन्यवाद Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Dandavat Pranam, all glory to Srila Prabhupada. This is Amritamani Devidasi. Hare Krishna to all the devotees.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. धन्यवाद Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji and Hare Krishna to all the devotees. This is Aarti Sardesai from Ellicott City, Maryland. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai, Prabhupada ki jai. धन्यवाद Mataji. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Would anybody else like to announce their names? Hare Krishna. So Hare Krishna, today we are reading chapter 11, the universal form of Bhagavad Gita, a summary. Hare Krishna, His Grace Sri Gopal Paran Prabhuji, please take over the call now. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji, I made you the co-host.
Hare Krishna.
Co-host.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you.
Am I audible clearly?
Yes, Prabhuji. We can see you and you're audible.
Okay. Thank you very much. We'll start with prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूप कदा मह्यं ददाति सपदान्तिकम्। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरुवैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सगना रघुनाथां वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपदान् सगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदांत स्वामिनिति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे नमो महावदन्याय कृष्ण प्रेम परायते कृष्णाय कृष्ण चैतन्य नामिने गौरतिशे नमः। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिका कांत राधा कांत नमस्ते तप्त कांचन गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधार श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा। Yes, so last time did we complete the 10th chapter?
Yes, Prabhuji, we completed, I think, 1 or 2 sessions. Summary.
Okay, one. Yeah. So what is the summary of the 10th chapter? Small revision of 10th chapter, according to SB Keshav Maharaj, what he writes in Gita like book. He gives an acronym for every chapter. And for the 10th chapter, what he gives the acronym, anyone has any idea or has heard this thing? Anyone has heard this thing? So he gives the acronym of the word SEE, SEE, and he tells very beautifully why it is like C. He tells S, like, the section of Bhagavad Gita in the 10th chapter is the source of everything, is source of everything. It's from 1 to 7, Krishna proves that he is the source of everything. And from that, after that, couple of like 4 verses, 8 to 11 is the essence of Bhagavad Gita. So E stands for essence of Gita, S stands for source of everything, and then Krishna explains the opulences of himself through various means, and that is E. E is everywhere. Wherever Krishna is, wherever Arjuna can see, Arjuna can perceive, there Krishna is there. So it's like Krishna describes about his prominent, limitless, and all-providing opulences in this world. How to see Krishna everywhere. So that is something which we can see, and he almost like gives around 82 opulences through which Krishna can be perceived, or be can we can see Krishna directly, in all these things. Like he gives about among the among the stars I am the sun, and everything like that. Among the demigods I am Indra. So many things he speaks. So this is how SB Keshav Maharaj has given the acronym for the word for the 10th chapter is C. Now if we come, this is a small revision what I had taken, and now if we come, this chapter, in the 11th chapter, he gives a very beautiful acronym, because what is the chapter name? 11th chapter. Anyone?
The universal form.
Yes, the universal form. So when it comes to the universal form, it's like one of the best things to understand is he gives an acronym of the word Rupa. Rupa. So Rupa is what? Rupa in Sanskrit means in English it's form. So when he speaks about the form of the Supreme Lord, he speaks very beautifully about the analogy. He tells this chapter is divided into 4 sections. That especially in this chapter we have a request. The request from Arjuna. Initially, first 4 verses are the request of Arjuna. What is happening? He wants to see the universal form, the supreme form. So he's requesting Krishna to manifest his universal form. And then from verse number 5 to 14 is the universal form which Krishna shows to Arjuna. So that is like the very beautiful description of universal form. Um what Arjuna is seeing or beholding, when Krishna is showing his universal form. And then after that is a very long section of prayers of Arjuna. Arjuna, after seeing the universal form, he starts praying to Krishna. So this is one very big section where, from verse number 15 to 45 is the prayers of Arjuna, what Arjuna is praying to Krishna. And then there is A stands for armed form. So armed form is like Krishna is Arjuna is requesting to see the Manushya Roop. He wants Krishna to exhibit. After he's seeing the universal form, he's a little bit afraid, fearful, and now he wants to see Krishna in his Manushya Rupa, in his humanly form. So, and there's a very beautiful description of Krishna, how the garland is, Krishna is garlanded with a very beautiful garland. He's wearing a moon locket necklace, and he has a flute, he has jewels, he has armlets, he has, bracelets, anklets, and everything. This form is like exhibiting the very beautiful form of Krishna. So this is the acronym where the summary of this complete chapter has been presented by S.B. Keshav Maharaj. So R stands for request, U stands for universal form, P stands for prayers of Arjuna, and A stands for armed form. So it's very easy to understand if we just understand, if we are going to understand the complete chapter. If we go through this acronym, S.B. Keshav Maharaj has made it very, very easy for us to understand this thing. So when we take this first section, that is the Rupa form. So what is happening in the 10th chapter ending? And what is happening, what is the connection between the 10th chapter and the 11th chapter? So after hearing Krishna's words in the 10th chapter, especially in the verse 42nd verse, with a single fragment of myself, Krishna is telling that I pervade in the entire universe. Arjuna, like during that time, he gets a desire that let me witness the entire universe, let me perceive, or let me see the entire universe. So, and Krishna, after Krishna is driving the Arjuna chariot, he pervades and supports the entire universe. This is what Krishna is telling. That, what is that? 10.8, Aham sarvasya prabhu, matta sarva prabodante, iti matva bhajante mamuda bhava samadhuta. So in that verse, he's telling that I am the source of everything. So Arjuna is telling, if you are source of everything, then you are source of the universe. So let me see the universe. And Krishna, Arjuna is therefore requesting, wishing to see see Krishna all providing form. And so this becomes like a desire in the heart of Krishna, in the heart of Arjuna. And that is why this chapter takes place, where Krishna is exhibiting this universe, universal form. So if we understand this very beautiful chapter, what is happening around is that Krishna wants to show his universal form to Arjuna because of the request, and now he's asking, please dispel my. This is like the first verse. He's asking, please dispel my ignorance. Moham mohayam vigato mama. In this verse, he's telling that please dispel my ignorance, and then he tells that I have heard from you. Shrutva vishittaro mayam. He's telling that I've heard everything from you. So, and I desire, what Arjuna desires, I desire to see your universal form. Drishtum ichhami te rupam. He speaks in the third verse. Drishtum ichhami te rupam. That I want to see, have a desire to see your universal form. And if you think, it's not like, I'm a desire, but I should be able to behold also. And if you think that I can behold, then please, O Krishna, please show your universal form. Manye yadi te chakyam maya drishtam itham prabhu. So here Krishna is requesting, Arjuna is requesting that please show this universal form to me. And then, now if we see, there is this very beautiful thing about this universal form also. Krishna is telling, Prabhupada writes it in the purport also very nicely. Why Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show the universal form? Can anyone guess or tell? Because we have done Gita initially earlier. So why is Arjuna requesting to see the universal form? Why he wants to see? He already accepted Krishna as the Supreme Lord. In the 10th chapter, he speaks about Parabrahma, Paramdhamam, Pavitram, that verse he speaks. And then he tells that Krishna, I accept you as the Param Brahma. And now again he's asking, very interesting, right? Why is he asking? Anyone?
Prabhuji, because like he was feeling a little weak at heart because he was not ready to fight the war. So he thought that let me just, see the glories of Krishna through the opulence form.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hare Krishna, because Prabhu, he wanted to uh, s- have the Lord be seen by the world in its original form. Like so nobody in the future would, if someone claimed in future that they are God, this would be like show your
Yes,
universal
this
form.
is like one
Like
of the
that.
reasons Prabhupada tells in the third 11.3. He tells that to avoid imposters want to set an criteria for in the future that if they claim they are God, then ask them to just show an universal form. So this is one criteria where Arjuna wanted this thing to be destroyed. That let me establish with the divinity of Krishna by if he shows the universal form, then no one can claim that he is universal, he's the supreme personality of God. Yes, anything else? One more beautiful reason Prabhupada writes in one of the purports. One is, whenever it's a desire of a devotee that he wants to see something or he wants to ask a favor from the Lord, it's always because to convince other, he is convinced in his heart, but to convince other that when you see this universal form, what happens. So he wants to convince others that it's not just my personal desire, but to completely satisfy the Supreme Lord and to completely establish there should be no doubt in anyone's heart that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. So just to remove any doubt from the heart of any living entity, he's asking that if Krishna shows his universal form, then there will be no doubt. So to make others understand the supremacy of the Supreme Lord, supremacy of Krishna, Arjuna is requesting that, let me, definitely ask Krishna to show his universal. And then Arjuna wanted to substantiate Krishna also that, Krishna not only theoretically or tells, but then he philosophically, he philosophically or theoretically, he just tells that I am God. No, it's not like that. He actually can show his form. So that is something like, if I just keep telling that I am Supreme Lord or I am this person, I am that person, I have post position. Well, if you have post position, then do something and show. It's not just, you can tell and then, aapke, what do you call, सिर्फ बातों से, we cannot believe you. With your words, we just cannot believe you. But, when you show something, then definitely, yes, we can definitely accept that you are Supreme Lord. So Arjuna wanted to fulfill that responsibility also, that because he's yeah, and in one way he Krishna he's establishing the parampara again, that comes in the fourth chapter where Krishna is telling that this parampara was lost evam parampara praptam. That parampara was lost. And now I'm speaking the Gita again. So he wanted to establish that, when he's speaking, that in this parampara, let me establish the supremacy of of Krishna by showing the universal form. So these are like few reasons what Prabhupada quotes in this purport, first verse, third verse, eighth verse, and other verses, that he tells that very clearly, that you can see this form, why Arjuna is requesting Krishna to show his universal. And then there is very beautiful thing what Prabhupada writes in the fourth chapter is about the qualification to see the Lord's form. Now Krishna is showing the form, but then what is the qualification to see the universal form? This is also very interesting what Prabhupada writes in the fourth purport. He tells that only by revelation, by the mercy of Krishna, that someone can see the form. It's not possible by mental speculation or by one's own perception through the senses, through the material senses. It's not possible. No one can see the universal form by his mental speculation or by his imperfect senses. This is one of the defects of a conditioned soul, that he has having imperfect senses. Can anyone tell what are the four defects of the conditioned soul? Let us check this one. This is very basic
Propensity
thing.
to cheat.
Yeah, propensity to cheat. One is, and
Imperfect senses.
yeah,
And
I told that imperfect senses, propensity to cheat.
tendency to makes mistakes.
Yeah, tendency to commit mistakes. Yes.
Illusion.
Illusion, yeah.
Yeah, being illusion. So these are like the four defects of a conditioned soul. Because he has imperfect senses, what he does, he commits mistakes. And once he commits mistake, there is to cover up the mistake, he has a tendency to cheat, so that his mistakes are not being shown to everyone. And because he wants to cheat, and he gets illusioned by this propensity, he gets illusioned by this material energy. So these are like the four conditioned defects of a living entity. And because having this imperfect senses, this is not a qualification that we can have to see the Supreme Lord. And Lord is addressed in the fourth verse as Yogeshwar. Yogeshwar means one who is very much inconceivable. Because of his yogic powers, yogic mystic powers, he can manifest anything. So Krishna has to give that, uh, he has to reveal the form in the heart. Without that, it's not possible. So it's very, very important that, we understand that what is the qualification to see Krishna also. So, and Arjuna admits his limitation as a living entity, that, he wants to acknowledge this, this wonderful form of the Lord. And he requests the qualification that please qualify me. If I can behold, please Krishna, please allow me to see you. So this is about the first section of this chapter, that is R. R stands for, what is R stands for? He's requesting, Krishna is requesting, Arjuna is requesting. And then U stands for the universal form. So now Arjuna wants to reveal, Krishna's reality. And so, Arjuna is already seeing this beautiful form of Krishna, because he has this chakshu. What is that chakshu? Prabhupada tells prema chakshu. He tells this verse actually from Brahma Samhita. Premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena santa sadeva hidayesu vilokayanti yam shama sundaram achintya gunasarupam govindamadi purusham tamaham bhajami. So just because a person has this premanjana, this chakshu, whatever way a person is, anointing his eyes with, he sees that. Like whatever way Prabhupada tells in many lectures also. If I wear a yellow color glasses, I see completely outside the world is yellow. And if I wear a red color, then everything appears to be red. Same way, if I have premanjana, if I have the glasses where it's been ointed with love, then everything what I see is with love. So Arjuna is having this thing, that he has love towards Krishna. And because he has love towards Krishna, what happens is He can very easily see Krishna. But then for seeing the universal form, he is requesting to have celestial eyes where he can see the universal form. And only a pure devotee, who is in transcendental relationship with Krishna, can be can see this form. And there is one thing, Krishna also wants to show Arjuna this form, but then this form is very, very, very big and very, very ghastly also. So he did not want Arjuna to be afraid as well as not be attracted to this universal form. Why? Because Arjuna is having very wonderful relationship with Krishna. So this will not distract, or this will not act in a way that uh, it will uh, it will spoil his relationship with Krishna. So Krishna is telling, please see my opulences, Pasyame Partha Rupani, in the fifth verse. And behold the many beautiful things, that is what he's telling, that see within my body whatever you wish to see. And that is what Krishna is giving. He will give the divine eyes by which he can see. So now there is a question now. Uh, how many times did Krishna reveal his universal form? How many times? Now we are speaking about the universal form. So it's very interesting to recollect. Krishna has showed his universal form many, many times. One is in Bhagavad Gita, where he's speaking to Arjuna and he's showing his universal form. Which all pastimes you remember where Krishna reveals his universal form?
Prabhuji, when Krishna goes as a doot to
Okay.
to Kaurav Rajya Sabha, there he reveals.
Yes.
Yeah.
There he reveals the form. When Krishna goes as Shanti Doot, and there he's trying to make sure that the things get settled. But unfortunately, Duryodhan is not ready to accept. So during that conversation, just to prove his supremacy, to understand what they're dealing with, Krishna shows his universal form. Yes, this is one thing. Yes.
Prabhu, one question, like who all gets to see that form when in the Rajya Sabha Krishna?
Not many could see the universal form. Duryodhan could see because Krishna was allowing him to see, but very few could see that universal form, because we need to have proper qualification, as just we were discussing earlier. It was like few people like Bhishma Dev, Dronacharya, and other great sages. They could only see this universal form what Krishna was showing in that assembly of Kurus.
Prabhu,
If you read, yeah.
one more question comes to mind. I don't want to digress our conversation. Is it
Hmm.
okay to ask or should I wait?
Yeah, you can ask.
So, in this section, in the purport, somewhere in one of the purports, Prabhupada says that I'm not changing. Like Krishna is not changing Arjuna's mind. As a
Hmm.
guru, Krishna is just giving him a vision.
Yes.
So, does it mean that even for devotees, Krishna, many places, even Prabhupada says that we don't have to control our mind.
Hmm.
We just have to chant and listen.
Yes.
So that's the proper way of approaching Krishna and Guru. And by the mercy of Guru, we get realizations. Is that a right way of understanding it, Prabhu? Like in connection?
Yeah, in this connection, what you're speaking is correct. We don't want to change our mind, in the sense we don't want to hear our mind's lower nature. So mind has two natures. One is lower nature and one is a good nature. We hear this analogy what Bhakti Tirth Maharaj gives. There is a bad dog and a good dog, and the bad dogs keep barking. So when we tell that we don't want to control the mind, or we don't want to hear the mind, this is the thing what we don't want to hear. Is we don't want to hear the bad nature of our bad nature, whatever the mind is proposing us to do something bad. We don't want to hear it, but we want to hear the good side of the mind also, because we need mind to do anything. So when it comes to mind, we don't want to control it, but we want to serve, we want to engage the mind in Krishna's service. That is like proper understanding, that we want to engage the mind rather than, controlling the mind. Because if we start trying to control the mind, we cannot control the mind. It definitely we cannot control the mind. But if we engage the mind in Krishna service, eventually what will happen is mind becomes peaceful and calm, and then he gets to process that okay, this person is not going to hear my nasty things or my nonsense things. So let me just do the right things, and we can perceive the mind and we can engage the mind. We can purify the thoughts what are there in the mind. So it's about changing the mind means we are not changing. We are just not hearing the wrong things what the mind is proposing, rather than we are hearing the right things whatever the mind is proposing, and engaging the mind in Krishna service and Guru service. Is that okay?
Thank you, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Okay. Okay, coming back to this our question, which all times did Krishna show his universal form? One was in the assembly of Kurus, and one was in the Bhagavad Gita, where Krishna is revealing his universal form. There are three more places actually where Krishna reveals his universal form.
Prabhuji, was one revealed by Lord Chaitanya?
No, I'm not asking about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. I'm asking only for Krishna. Yeah, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu also reveals his universal form. Where? When?
I don't remember the incidents when, but I read somewhere he did.
Yeah, he did this when, it was Advaita Acharya was praying, and no, it was not Advaita Acharya, it was Srivas Pandit. Srivas Pandit, he was praying to the Lord that, please, I want to see the universal form. And it was during that time that, Lord Nityanand Prabhu, he was roaming around Navadip, and he comes to know within his heart that Lord Chaitanya is revealing his universal form. And immediately he comes running to the house of Shivas Thakur, and then not Shivas Pandit, Shivas Thakur, and then he also witnesses the universal form. Yes. Okay, now coming to Krishna, when all did he reveal? Anyone has any other ideas? Come on, this is very easy. Last month was what? What was the last month? Huh?
Trying to remember.
It was November, Prabhuji, November.
Not November, it was Kartik month. And what happens during the Kartik month? One of
Damodar
the
Leela?
incidents what takes place is Krishna gets scolding from Mother Yashoda for eating
Matti, mud.
matti. Actually, Damodar Leela starts with one of the reasons, why Damodar Leela starts also is that, Krishna is eating dirt, Krishna is stealing the yogurt and everything like that. So Mother Yashoda thinks that I'm not feeding Krishna properly. My maid servants are not feeding Krishna properly. So when Krishna eats mud, what happens? He definitely, he shows this universal form, to cover up, to, change the mind of Mother Yashoda. Immediately Krishna, to bewilder her, immediately Krishna shows this very beautiful universal form. In fact, the complete universal form he shows to Mother Yashoda, and Mother Yashoda sees in the mouth that she is feeding Krishna, you know. So it becomes like very wonderful in one way that, Mother Yashoda could see this thing. This is one instance, and one more instance. Anyone remembers? This is also with Mother Yashoda. This comes in 10th
when,
chapter, 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam.
when she was feeding Krishna and she was looking at his teeth, and
Yeah,
then
yeah,
she
yeah.
sees
This
the
is
universal.
yes. This is when Krishna actually starts yawning. One time when Krishna is sleeping, the baby Krishna, Gopal is sitting in the lap of Mother Yashoda, and he yawns. And Mother Yashoda saw that the mother, there's complete heaven, earth, stars, oceans, continents, everything moving, non-moving, everything is there. And she gets bewildered for a second. Bole, what is this I'm seeing in the mouth of my Gopal? And then this is like very momentarily she sees this very beautiful universal form of Krishna. Krishna shows this to Mother Yashoda. So Mother Yashoda sees two times. One is during the yawning time, another is when Krishna eats dirt. And the third one, as someone was telling, that assembly of Kurus in the hall of Kurus. And the fourth one is that Arjuna, Krishna reveals his universal form to Arjuna. So now there is one more thing. What in it comes in Mahabharata. It comes when one of the sages, Utanka. Utanka, he is the friend of Krishna, and after the battlefield of Kurukshetra, he goes and meets this friend, this sage, and then they start speaking about the war and everything like that. And then he starts telling that it's Krishna who is responsible for this war. And then this sage, it becomes, the argument becomes so heated up that he's about to curse Krishna and tell that because of you the complete war has taken place and so many people have died, and you could have stopped the war, but why you did not do that? And then Krishna tells, even if you curse, it will not affect me. And he tells that I am the supreme lord. And just to show that he is the supreme lord, Krishna manifests this beautiful universal form to this sage Utanka. This comes in Mahabharat, description also. So these are the five instances where Krishna shows his universal form. So if we come to this, our universal form, Krishna shows very so many mouths, so many things. If we go to the description, I'm not going to the description, but there's one very beautiful thing about. Okay, now let us just think about what is the difference between Vishwaroop and Kalaroop. So there is like some difference is there. Is it anyone everyone can understand about Vishwaroop and Kalaroop of the universal form? Vishwaroop is the form where Krishna shows his all opulences. Whatever he is speaking in the 10th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, he manifests and he shows in his universal form. But in Kalaroop, he shows the form of time, how the time is punishing everyone, is pushing everyone, all the living entities towards destruction. And this is where, Arjuna seeing this Kalaroop gets little bit bewildered, that, I'm beholding this form. So there is a difference between two forms of Lord, in this universal form also. That is Vishwaroop and Kalaroop. Okay, any more instance where Krishna had showed his universal form, or the description of universal form comes? Anyone remembers? In Srimad Bhagavatam also, it comes one of the
Vaman Roop.
section. Huh? Yes.
Is it during the Vaman Roop?
Vaman Roop. Yeah, Vaman Roop also. It's like we that cannot be told as universal form, but yeah, that can be considered also like that. There is one universal form description where Brahmaji is also describing the complete universe. That comes in second chapter.
Prabhu, to Mother Devki and Vasudev in the jail, in the prison.
No, he doesn't show the universal form. He just manifests from his 400 roop to 200 roop,
Yeah.
from,
Yeah.
and then he changes into his normal, like a small boy, on the
Okay.
request of these thing, on the request of Vasudev and Devaki.
Yes, Prabhu.
So this is there, and
In the Mahabharata also?
yeah,
In the
in
Mahabharata, Krishna showed, no?
yes, Mahabharata. That's what I told now. Where in during the battlefield?
Yeah, yes.
No,
But
not during the battle.
that was the main thing, right? In the Mahabharata, what he showed was the main one.
No, that is the main thing, in the sense what he's showing to Arjuna right now is the main universal form. What he's showing.
Yeah, but are there different reasons for Krishna to show this universal form? Sometimes he's showing in the mouth to the mother, sometimes he's showing to Arjuna. What is his reason, Krishna's reason to show? Prabhuji?
you know, we cannot understand Krishna's reason why he wants to show, but on the request of his devotees, he shows. Like, in case of Mother Yashoda, he wanted to bewilder Mother Yashoda and escape from punishment. So that one reason what I have heard from acharyas, that just to not get punished.
Or Prabhuji get
Ah.
away from his naughty things, like putting the.
Yeah. So he wants to come out of this naughty things also.
So
So
he's
he
diverted
sometimes,
his mind, and he fainted almost.
yes,
Yeah,
Mother Yashoda almost faints. Yeah, that's what.
yeah.
So he's showing in his universal form many arms, many bellies, mouths, eyes, expanded himself in without any limit, and Krishna, this is like the prayers now, what Arjuna is telling that, what he's seeing. So, in this section, starting from 15 to 45, this is like the vision of Arjuna. And through his vision, we are able to understand what what the universal form is. Aneka Baudra Vet Vaktritram Netram, he tells about this universal form, and very beautifully he describes this thing. So it's difficult to see the glowing form. One of the verses he tells that it's blazing like fire, and it's immeasurable radiance of the sun. When I see everything, there are various crowns, clubs, and discs all in your hand, and it's very very inconceivable for me to see the supreme form, and your supreme primal objective are like resting place of the universe. It's inexhaustible, and then he starts explaining about how you are not, you have no origin, there's no middle or end, everything is vast, everything is so vast. This is like your arms are extending everywhere, your eyes are expanding everywhere, with the sun and the moon you have your eyes, and it's very blazing, your mouth is emitting fire. Till till now it's like Vishwarup form. And now he tells about the description from verse number 20. He starts describing about the Kala Roop, where Krishna is explaining about the various things what he does through the period of time. He sees the sky, the planet, the space, everything he sees. And then he sees how Krishna is hosting all the demigods, and the demigods are surrendering, seeing this universal form. Everyone is surrendering, and everyone is asking that they are praying to the Lord, let there be peace, let there be peace. They are always description, singing of the Vedic hymns glorifying the Supreme Lord. And all these things, yeah, has been very nicely described. Is the vision of Arjuna, where he is telling. And after seeing this, he sees this in the 23rd verse. He tells that there are so many demigods are getting disturbed. O mighty armed one, all the planets within the demigods are disturbed at seeing your great form, with its many faces, eyes, arms, thighs, legs, and bellies, and you have many terrible teeth, and as they are disturbed, so am I. So here Arjuna is telling that seeing this universal, especially this universal form, Kala Roop, especially the Kala Roop description of the Lord, that he's getting disturbed because of seeing this thing. So, here Krishna also tells, Krishna also indicates that, I want to show you the Kala Roop for what? To make you understand that you are just an instrument. I am fighting the war, but you are just an instrument to win the war. He tells that he sees everyone. What he sees ahead, will be described. That how in this body you will see in the future there is victory and defeat of this war has been already been decided, and all the soldiers, all the warriors, all the Maharathis, everyone are getting crushed in the teeth of this universal form. Some get stuck in the teeth of this universal form. So Krishna is like withholding their lives, in this universal form. So this is what Arjuna sees, and all the warriors entering, just like river enters the ocean, or the moths, which they enter the fire, is the same way. All these great warriors actually, they are entering and they are getting crushed, they are getting killed, in this blazing fire of yours. So Krishna is, Arjuna is seeing all these things, and I see you devouring these people from all sides from your blazing mouth. Your effulgence is all over the universe, Krishna. That is what is like this thing. He's telling also that, what is your mission? You know, so he tells this thing, that Krishna tells very clearly that I am the supreme personality of God itself. Now that he speaks, who am I? He tells Kalos me, Locus Sham. He tells that I am the time. I am the time with, I am the greatest of destroyer of everything, the complete world. And I have come to destroy all people without any expectations. All the soldiers from both sides will be slain. That's what he's telling. I am time, I am the destroyer. So if we understand this principle that Krishna comes as time and he will destroy everything in our lives also. If we don't become Krishna conscious, at the end of the time, Krishna comes and destroys everything. That's why he's called, he's one of the most powerful form of the Lord is this universal form in the form of time, which, unknowingly kills a person. Though a person has a very strong tendency to live here, but then he dies because this this form of Lord is acting on everyone. So the devotee willingly surrenders to choose to be controlled by Krishna rather than becoming trying to become his own way of working around in the world. So we just want to become an instrument in the hands of Krishna's plan. And if we just become an instrument, that's what Arjuna has been telling, that if we just become an instrument, nimitta matrena bhavasavya sachin. And if you just become an instrument, you see what all I can do. Krishna is telling in the 33rd verse. Therefore, get up, prepare to fight and win glory. Conquer your enemies and enjoy a flourishing kingdom. They are already put to death by my arrangements, and you, O Savyasachi, can be an instrument in this fight. Just become an instrument. So when we speak about this instrument, we also want to become an instrument in the hands of Krishna, in the hands of our Guru, so that we can help in expanding this mission. We can help in reclaiming a lot of fallen souls. Nimitta matrena bhava. This nimitta matrena, if we just become an instrument, this is like very strong principle spoken by many devotees, that if we give up our egos, if we give up our laziness, if we give up all our insincere habits and other things, we can become such an instrument in the hands of our spiritual master that he can make wonders happen through us also. But only thing, are we ready to become that instrument? It's the question what we can always check. There is a very beautiful lesson in this one, that whether are we ready to become that instrument in the hands of our spiritual master, in the hands of Krishna. Then Krishna is ready to make many wonderful things, as he's telling Arjuna here. I have won the battle. I just want you to become an instrument. Same way, lot of devotees have been already made. Only are we ready to become that instrument to make them connected to Krishna? So it's in our hand whether we want to become that instrument or not. For that, the price is that we should surrender completely to the instructions and the will of the spiritual master and Krishna. If we do that, then we can nicely become that nimitta matrena. We can become that nimitta in from the hands, in the hands of Krishna. So it's a very beautiful lesson what I have heard. Whenever we were discussing about this chapter, you know, and then ahead, Krishna is directly telling that I have already killed everyone. Indirectly, he's telling that he's controlling everything through his material energy. And then from 35th verse, what happens is Arjuna, pray, he falls on the knees and then he starts praying in the flattering voice, in a mood as a devotee of wondering. It's like Ascharya, Adbhuta. It's like that mood. He goes in that mood, and then he starts praying, glorifying the Supreme Lord. And this he does. Arjuna tells that, "Oh Master, I see that the complete world has become joyful upon hearing your names, and thus everyone become attached to you. Although the perfect being offer you their respectful homage, the demons are afraid, and they flee here and there. That is all right." That is what he starts glorifying. "Oh great one, greater even than the Brahma, you are the original creator. Why then should they not offer their respectful obeisances unto you? O limitless one, God of gods, refuge of the universe, you are the inconceivable source, the cause of all causes, transcendental to the material manifestation. And you are the original supreme personality of Godhead, the oldest, the ultimate sanctuary of the manifested cosmic world. You are the knower of everything, and you are all that is knowable. You are the supreme refuge above the material modes. O limitless form, this whole cosmic manifestation is pervaded by you. So here Krishna is telling how everyone is taking shelter of you. Tav asya vishvasya param nidhanam. So he's praying with repeated hands, with the repeated times he's praying. I want to pray again and again. Namo Namaste Sutta Shastra Kritva. He's praying again and again, and at falling at the lotus feet of Krishna. Obeisances from all sides, that is what he's praying. And this is where Krishna, now after seeing this very beautiful form, he feels that Arjuna feels, oh my God, out of madness, I have offended Krishna many times. I have kicked Krishna. I have jokingly spoken to him. I have, teasingly have, teased him many times. And, what is this? What did I do? Who is this personality? This personality is such a great personality. And now he's speaking or he's doing like this. So it's like something which is inconceivable for Arjuna, and he's falling and he's praying, oh Yadava, oh my friend, I did not know your glories earlier. So please forgive me. Out of madness in love, I have dishonored you many, many times, testing you as you were relaxing, laying on the same bed, sitting on the same, seat, eating together, and then sometimes alone in the forest, with some more friends. I've been, chastising you, or I've been you know defeating you in different ways. So, oh Lord, please forgive me, please excuse me for all these offenses. So when we understand, what the mood is changing because of fear, now Arjuna is not able to have the 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 relationship in what he had earlier. And for Krishna it's not possible. Like, the acharyas explain very nicely that he doesn't want that Arjuna should change his mood here of his relationship, or else what will happen, the relationship is between the devotee and the Lord is eternal, but just for a moment he has forgotten this thing. And because of that thing he is praying in this way to Krishna. And Arjuna says these things, why? Because Krishna should forgive him very easily, you know so he prays this thing. And he prays ahead that, oh Lord, oh Supreme Lord, you 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 are the Supreme Lord to be worshipped by every living being. Thus I have fallen down to offer you my respectful obeisances and ask your mercy. As a father tolerates the impudence of his friend, his son, as a friend, no, impudence of his son, a friend, that im- imperitance of a friend, or a husband of the familiarity of his wife, please tolerate the wrongs I have done to you. So he's giving three things, that, the impudence of his son, the friends of familiar behavior, and the wife and the husband and wife relationship, where it's like so much familiarity is there. So, please consider these things, and, please forgive me. Now he comes to a conclusion that after seeing this universal form, that's it. I'm done with this thing. So I want to see Krishna's normal form. I want to have establish again my own original relationship with him. And there he requests, oh, please, oh universal form, oh thousand armed Lord, I wish to see you in your 400 form, with helmet, head, and with club, wheel, conch, and lotus flower in your hand. I long to see you in this form. So this is like very beautiful thing also, where Krishna Arjuna is asking. Now this is the another last section of this chapter, that is armed form. So in this section he is requesting that Krishna, please show your armed form to me, so that I can withhold your, I have seen your universal form, and please withdraw this universal form. It's very ghastly, and now I just want to see the four-armed form and then the two-armed form, so that I can describe that bhakti. It will describe, or it will prove that bhakti to the supreme process can be seen in any of the forms. And then Krishna's rarity of seeing the universal form is explained in 47 to 45th verse, where Krishna, Arjuna is happily seeing this 400 form, and he's very much nourishing himself, as that this beautiful form of Krishna is there. And the other thing is, you have described, you have mm, you have showed, when Arjuna sees the universal, the 400 form, he prays that, I have seen, I'm so happy to see this 400 form, in which you are like a Janardhan, you're seeing like a human form, like, and very beautiful compared, and my mind is composed now because I'm seeing this form. Earlier the mind was bewildered, but now my mind is composed and I'm restored to my original nature. This is what he's praying. And lastly, Krishna shows his very beautiful form as two-handed form, and and Krishna's personal form and the bhakti roop is, and the bhakti is established in this conclusive verses of this chapter, where the rarity of darshan is there. Dur darshan, we tell this thing now, that universal form is very rare, and dur darshan, seeing this two-handed form, is sudur darshan. That is very, very much rare, and this is what Krishna is showing to Arjuna. So, Sudurdarsham idam rupam. Bhagwan, the Lord is telling in the 52nd verse. Sudurdarsham idam rupam. Drishtva asi yani mamam deve api asya rupasya nityam darshanam kanishkanam. So, this form cannot be understood simply by Vedic study or penance or charity. This can be understood only when the Lord reveals himself. Krishna can only himself reveal this form. And the last verse tells the essence of Bhagavad Gita to perform bhakti and attain Krishna. That is the 55th verse. Mat karma krit mata mat param parmo mat bhakta sangha varjita nirvehe sarva bhuteshu yasa mameti pandava. My dear Arjuna, he who has engaged in my pure devotional service, free from the contamination of fruitive activities and mental speculation, he who works for me, who makes me the supreme goal of his life, and who is the friendly to every living being, he certainly comes to me. And this is how Krishna ends this chapter. And then there is next chapter which is coming, that is 12th chapter, that is devotional service. So we have fortunately covered the complete chapter within time. And this is my first time. I am I am so happy that I could complete the complete chapter first time. Whenever I had taken this section, this Gita summary, it was not possible for me to, because I used to get stuck up at some sections, and it was difficult for me to cover up the complete thing. But somehow, fortunately, during this session, we completed the 11th chapter completely, and this is the complete description. So in essence, we have like this 4 sections: Rupa, request, universal form, prayers of Arjuna, and the armed form. So this is what happens in this section of Gita. Hare Krishna. So one before we end, I just want to request that very beautiful thing. What is happening now is the month of marathon. Where everyone should definitely come out of their comfortable zone. I know it's winter, it's going to snow, it's going to be cold, but please go out and meet some people, meet some people outside, and give them Gita. Give them the message of Gita. That is one of the main important things why we take these Gita sessions, or any of this session, is to encourage all of you to go out and distribute some of the books to your to your friends, to your well wishers, to your relatives, anyone whom you know here in US, you know, in your offices, wherever you're working. Please go out, reach out to them, and just ask that this month is Gita Jayanti, and we are trying to preach, or we are trying to expand the message of Gita. If you want, you can have Gita. This is simple thing what you can speak, and if they tell yes, it's very nice, I can take it. Please give it to them. It's very important. Yesterday we went out in cold. It was almost like 1 degree temperature here, 0 degree or 1 degree temperature, and we still went out for 2.5 to 3 hours, and we could do around 88 books actually very nicely. So it's possible actually if we just go out. Books are ready to go. So it's all about our little bit of endeavor, coming out of our cozy zone, and then going out and giving this books to so many living entities, especially during the month of marathon. During this month, people are really in a very nice mood to you know purchase things, or because this is the month of Christmas, people are very happy and the year is ending, so they want to do something. So if you go out and approach, definitely people will definitely take it, and this will bring a great amount of pleasure to Srila Prabhupada when he sees that someone is going out and preaching the message of Gita. So my request to everyone, that please, 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 if you have Gita, then if you don't have Gita, come and take it from the temple, and then you can definitely go out and do books. Go out and do distribute books. If you don't want to go out and do, at least if you want to sponsor, please let me know. We have so many students who keep coming here. If you sponsor some Gitas, then we can definitely give it to them also here, or give it to the people around who are whom we go out and do book distribution also. So please let me know. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Is there any questions or any comments or anything? Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna for the wonderful class. And you're able to cover the whole chapter, and also encouraging us to distribute Gita. So this marathon goes for the whole month, starting from the Ekadashi.
Yes.
Okay. So it'll go up till January.
Yes, January 1st. So please, please, please request that, you all should take part in marathon.
Yes, Prabhuji. Thank you so much. So it's like anybody has any question, comments, then they can just go ahead and ask Prabhuji. Wonderful class, Prabhuji gave.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Yes, Hare Krishna. Jai Prakash.
Prabhu, my name
Hare
is Jai Prakash. I'm from Houston. So
Yes.
I have a very generic question about Ekadashi and fasting.
Okay.
So I have a doubt. The doubt I have is, so should Ekadashi be considered tomorrow, or should it be considered today? Because according to the Panchang, Ekadashi starts at 7:19 this morning. So how should Ekadashi be celebrated, and how should we fast in a situation like this?
Generally, it shows, when the Ekadashi is there. Sometimes the Tithi might be starting on the next day, but the
Yes.
Ekadashi is on that day. But the Tithi of where the Ekadashi is very much prominent is on some other day. So we fast according to the calendar, what it shows. That if it is showing in your area that you have to fast on 14th, that is today, then you can do the fasting. But if it is showing tomorrow, then you can just do it tomorrow. So they plan according to the tithi, Ekadashi tithi, what is available, and that's how this Ekadashi, like, though the Ekadashi is today, Dashmi tithi is there, but we are fasting tomorrow because that is suitable for fasting. That's what it is told in the calendar.
Okay.
Can I add something, Prabhuji?
Yeah.
Yeah, so the Panchang, in Panchang, if a Tithi is 7:19 today, but the Tithi has not seen the Suryodaya. So that's
Oh,
why
yeah.
today we don't follow. The Tithi has to see the Suryodaya. So
Okay.
tomorrow it's gonna see the Suryodaya, so that's why tomorrow. We go by sun, right? We follow.
Yes, yes,
Yeah,
yes.
that's
Thank
that.
you. Thank you for bringing that thing.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare
So,
Krishna.
like,
Thank you so
it
much.
is, Prabhuji, it is best to offer to go by the local temple. Each
Yes.
local temple has a calendar, and in the
Hmm.
calendar it has the tithi. Like, for example, this year we are in Orlando. Our tithi is 15th. But if I'm looking at a calendar, a Delhi calendar, which I carry with me every year, because I'm from there only, so that calendar is showing 16th. So, like, the time, place, circumstances, everything changes. So according to the Delhi Shri Radha Partha Sati temple, it is 16th. So we follow that. And then there's a Paran time comes afterwards. And you're in Houston, so you follow the Houston,
Local
now.
cal.
Yeah, now of course there'll be new calendars coming up, which each temple is preparing. They have the local this thing with all the appearance, disappearance days, festivals, and stuff like that. So that is the ideal thing. And Mataji is absolutely right. We start our fast with the sunrise, and then it also ends with a like kind of a sunrise only. The sun rises next day. That's the Dwadashi, and then that is it. There is a timing there too, where we have to break the fast. To complete the fast, we must do it within that time.
Hare Krishna Mataji, I was just trying to clarify like why we are not doing it today and why we are doing it tomorrow.
Yeah, yeah, right, Mata. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And
So-
sometimes what happens, even festivals and all, you'll find that Deepavali or some other festival that
Yeah.
comes is starting before, but then we have to go by the ISKCON calendar. That's what.
Yeah. But even ISKCON Prabhuji is like whoever Maharaj, whoever does it, like it's as per astrology, we have to see if the tithi has gone through sunrise.
Yes,
If
yes.
if it was 4 a.m., 3 a.m., then we would have done Ekadashi today. But because it's already past sunlight, past sunrise, we won't do it. I was just giving the background, Mataji. But yes, I also follow the calendar that our local temple
So
is.
the Prabhuji, you asked
Just safe.
Prabhuji, you asked the question: are you joining first time on the call?
Yes, that is true. I'm joining for the
Okay.
first time.
So what is your name?
My name is Jayaprakash.
And how did you come to know about the call?
So actually, I have been a member of this group for some time, and I see the meeting request every day. Maybe today was the calling from Lord Krishna. So
Okay.
Wow, wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Thank you,
Are you also
Jayaprakash ji,
part of
for
the?
coming.
Yeah, we're going to say Hari Bol 3 times.
Hari Bol,
Hari
Hari
bol,
Bol,
Hari
Hari
Bol,
bol,
Bol.
Hari bol.
Hari bol, Hari bol,
So
Hari
we want you
bol.
to join every day on this everyday Harinam. Our name is also Everyday Harinam. Very simple, and we want everyone to join every day. And so, are you also part of the WhatsApp group?
I think I am part of the WhatsApp group.
You
Yes.
can check if you go on your WhatsApp and click on your name above. You can check whether you're part of the group.
Right.
If you're not, then we can take your name and number and add you.
Sure. Yeah.
You posted, and
Yeah.
yeah. So that's nice. And are you like following ISKCON, or are you like, can you tell something about yourself?
Well, I am not following ISKCON 100%, but I try to go to the ISKCON temple in Houston at least on the day of Ekadashi
Oh,
to get blessings from, the Lord.
very nice, very nice.
Yes.
I wish I could also be inspired like this to go, Normally go on Sunday, the Sunday love feast, but very nice. That's very inspiring that we should go to the temple. Doesn't matter which day of the week, right?
That's true. That's true.
So you're giving us inspiration. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Actually, I think I am a member of the group on WhatsApp. So I get a message every day, but the only problem is, because of work situation,
Yeah.
it gets a little hard. And today being Sunday and today being Ekadashi, and I also looked at this and the Ekadashi coming up and all that.
Yeah.
I woke up really early and then I looked at my messages and I said, you know what, now that this is happening, this session, I wanted to, get into this and then see what happens and then how it goes. And
Hari, Lord Krishna's name is Hari. He has pulled you to us, and we are so fortunate to have you here. And actually, 3 days auspicious. One is one
yes,
before the Ekadashi, on Ekadashi. We are in the auspicious zone already. It's
yes,
Lord Krishna, and also and the Dwadashi day. I don't know which day is called the before, but
Dashami,
there's devotees can help. One is the Ekadashi day, then there is Dwadashi. I'm not sure about the dates before and after. What are they called?
Dashami, right? Today is the
Dashmi, Ekadashi, and Dwadashi.
Dashami, Ekadashi, and Dwadashi. Yes, Prabhu.
Yeah. Uh,
Okay.
Hari
Sorry
Prabhuji,
for
yeah.
sorry for interrupting your talk, but is there any question related to the chapter?
Sorry, Prabhuji. Sorry, we were just.
Mm. No, we are happy and we are very overwhelmed to have Jayaprakash Prabhu joining us. So we are very fortunate and we are very happy that you have come today and taken part in this call. But is there any question related to the
Yes,
chapter?
and I
What we
wanted
have
to
spoken?
more line. And yes, everybody has any question, please ask. I wanted to mention one thing to Prabhuji, Jayaprakash Prabhu, that if you are not able to join Monday to Friday, then you can join Saturday and Sunday morning.
I
So
will
that way,
try. I
yeah.
will try. I will
Okay.
try.
Yes.
Anyway, so
Prabhu,
everybody, please go ahead.
Prabhu, I have a question.
Yes.
Prabhu, in this day and age, when the world is coming closer together, and especially for grihasthas like us, we have to mingle with all the friends, whether they are aware of Krishna consciousness or not. Unless we go and mingle with all the friends, how do we preach about? Because we have to earn trust first. We have to convince. They have to. It's a long process. So there is no way we can follow what Rupa Goswami said here in the Anukulasya Sankalpa Pratikulasya Varjanam. We have to go along with the society, right?
Yes, definitely. The thing is, when we go out and have the association, it's not that we are taking association, we are giving association. So there is this very important thing what we need to understand is we don't take association of other people, rather we give association to them. What does that mean is, we don't get influenced by their thought, we don't get influenced by their desires, we don't get influenced by their habits or with their inputs. Rather we try to influence them by speaking about Krishna, by speaking about, Prabhupada or Gita or, other stuff like that. So it's very important when it comes, we should definitely have very nice relationship with everyone. It's not that we should not have, but then we should always try to infuse our relationship with Krishna. Somehow or the other we should try to connect them to Krishna. Like, if we have a colleague who is working with us, when we are taking lunch, sometimes we can take some nice items what we have made, which are offered to the Lord, and we can offer it to that person. So that way you are infusing the relationship with Krishna consciousness. When you go out with him, sometimes, we can speak about Gita, or you can give him a Gita, you can gift a Gita to him, or you can invite him to the program, telling that, I generally go to these programs, if you want, you can definitely come. So when you try to infuse them, then you are not associating with them, you are giving association. So there is a difference between, you associating with outside people or materialistic people. If you associate with them and if you get influenced by desire to enjoy more or to earn more, seeing the opulences what other people have, that okay, let me also work very hard, let me also get influenced to, earn very nicely. He has a big car, let me also have couple of cars. One car is not sufficient, two cars I need. So that means you are getting associated. But if you give association, that is different thing. So when Rupa Goswami Pad is telling that you should not go and associate, because if you associate and if they invite you for parties and then you are going out for parties, then you are doing something there nonsense, then it all is degrading our consciousness. So generally, we go there, even if we go to any place, we try to give association, not take association. So that is very important for us to understand when it comes to association. Is that okay, Prabhu?
Yeah, thank you so much, Prabhu. Hari Bol, Hari Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Anything else, or should we end the call now? Any one realization or reflection from this chapter? What was the best thing anyone liked here from this chapter discussion?
Prabhuji talked about the universal form and how, like, Krishna showed his universal form. What I remembered is the Yashoda, and showed to her because he was already in a mischief, and then he wanted to this thing her, but at the same time, he didn't want her to think that I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, he made her faint. And that way, when she got up, she's like, I always remember one incident when, in the Damodar Leela, when it's really stuck to my mind. When, like Balram comes and says, hey, why have you tied and all like that? And, he goes to the mother. So then, he says, oh, he's Narayan or something like that. So Yashoda says, all the gods are in my family only. So, like, in the sense that, I mean, she was not willing to, because when it comes to, we think of it like Kunti Maharani was Bua, right? But
Hmm.
he knew Krishna is the the Krishna supreme personality of God. And then when he came, he touched the feet. Although she didn't like that because she knew. So she's in a different position altogether. So her bhav is not the same as Yashoda. Yashoda is only taking him as not supreme personality of Godhead, but my Lala, my small little baby, who I have to punish, I have to take care of him, make him good, like paneer, curd, whatever, So it's amazing that, but at the same time, Krishna knows in what degree to bewilder. And similarly, we hear in Krishna consciousness that if any problem we face in our life, that problem will come because of our own karma, but that problem will also be Krishna, will arrange in such a way that we are able to tolerate it, we are able to solve it. So these scriptures are very inspiring to, when we hear all this, we try to imply and put it in our own life. And that is, it gives us a feeling of detachment from the material world and attachment to Krishna. It's like always remember Krishna, never forget Krishna. So just some thoughts are there hearing your class today, but others can share. Hare Krishna Prabhuji.
Yeah, Hare Krishna Prabhu. The one takeaway I think is Krishna's personal form is supreme, and the universal form was shown to establish authority.
Yes, that's very wonderful. And one more thing, when Krishna shows this 400 form, he clears up this conclusion also that which form is supreme. It's like not the universal form or 400 form, but the 200 form. From 200 form is coming the 400 form, and from 400 form, it's like everything is expanding. Mahavishnu is coming, Vishnuji is coming, and everything like that. So that also is a description given by Prabhupada and Acharyas in the description when it comes to this 400 to 200 form also. Thank you for that
When we talk about 400 form, we have to think of it as Vaikuntha form, right? Of Krishna.
Yes, Vaikuntha form.
Vaikuntha, and also Krishna with 4 hands, also the same Krishna who's in our heart as a size of a thumb.
Oh yeah.
Right? With the 4,
Yes.
okay. So this is all Narayan form, all same.
All
are same.
Yeah.
Okay.
All are coming from same form, Krishna. That's what the main conclusive study is, that everything is coming
Because
from
whenever
Krishna.
400 form means, we have to think of Lord Narayan, and we have to think of the form in Vaikuntha where everybody has that form.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay. Hare Krishna, Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. So one last request, please don't take this book distribution as something which is happening, but please take it very seriously and try to distribute books. Try to go out and distribute some Gitas. If you don't have, please, if you don't want to do, at least sponsor some Gitas. That is very important. If you sponsor also, that will work. Some devotees, those who are going out, they get an opportunity to go out and do this thing very nicely. So my request is that please take part in book distribution somehow or the other.
Prabhuji, one thing, can you explain that if suppose we are not able to this thing, what is the exact meaning of sponsoring a Gita? It's like we pay.
Yeah, you can pay and then we can distribute it on your behalf. So that way also.
Pay in what sense, Prabhuji? Like we pay the temple and we tell them to buy the Gita.
Yes, and then the temple actually goes and give it to some people who are like in need of Gitas.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Prabhuji.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki Jai. Vancha Tarubhisya Kripa Sindhu Bhavacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namah. Ananta Koti Vaishnava ki Jai. Srila
Jai.
Bhagavad Gita ki Jai.
Jai.
Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Samved Gaur Bhaktavrind ki Jai. Nitai Gaur Premanande. Hari Hari Prabhupada.
Jai.
Dandavat pranam, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji. Thank you, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.